What makes a happy life? Every one of us wants a happy life, but no two of us want exactly the same thing. So it is not easy to lay down hard and fast rules. A great deal depends on the gift and the temperament born in us. Some needs to human companionship and would therefore be happy as hermit or recluse or flowing and isolated occupation is remote place, while others need family and friends around them. Some are cut for adventure, while others are happier in mundane pursuits. Some desire power or prestige, while others can only be satisfied a vacation such as the medical profession. It is therefore impossible to do more than generalize about the condition which make the happiness. But one thing in is certain: happiness has little to do with the possession or lack of material things. It belongs to the mind, and its secret is the discovery of contentment and the gift of making the best of what is available. The basic, if unrealized, prerequisite of happiness is the good fortune to live in a free, settled, and well-governed community. Bad government, the restriction of freedom, the incidence of crime and violence, and the absence of the rule and the law, all these make for unsettled and therefore unhappy living. Security, just, fair taxation, police protection, and a progressive community life by the foundation of the happiness of the individual. The importance in happiness of having the right job cannot be overemphasized. Those who are condemned to dull, blind alley insure jobs are never really happy. Preferably, the job will be selected one requiring a training and offering project to a position of responsibility rather than an occupation taken because there is no choice. When it's amount to a vacation, so much the better. At least the bulk of the men's or the women's working hour will be happy filled. Women's lives, except in the sphere of paid employment, tend to run along different line, but the main consideration nonetheless apply. It might be added the most women want a good home, children, and a kind and loving husband. This leads to the setting of a happy life, which for most people is the home and the married estate. A good wife or husband makes the other partner well wanted, gives him or her added incentive to work harder and gain some success. Such a setting is a great source of encouragement as well as a sound defense against loneliness and the harshness and indifference of the outside world. Where marriage is not possible, at least a community life is available through clubs and society. This helps to provide enjoyable leisure activity of various kind. Money may money may be the root of all evil, but in the modern world it is impossible of life happy without it. It is not to say there is any relation between happiness and material thing. There isn't, but lack of money bring hardship, hunger, and ugliness into life. Perhaps for guiding and principle is to learn enough to cover all reasonable needs, provide leisure activity, and pay for emergency and holidays, and after this not to worry too much about money. Good health is of great importance. Health people do not realize how priceless is their position will until they fall ill. It is the key to all enjoyment, and its loss means that every other pleasure is affected. There are some who, through religion and philosophy, achieve happiness in the midst of pain, but such achievement is beyond the power of most of us. If we begin with good health, we should show our gratitude by the doing all we can preserve it, living activity and healthy lives, free from vice and excess. Happiness for the human being always seems to involve activity rather than rest. We have a built-in restlessness of mind and body which completely separate us from the animal world. We must always be doing, planning, the thinking ahead, blaming out that our object is ultimate rest and perpetuation relaxation. We discover paradoxically that the true happiness lies not in searching for the goal but in the struggle to get there. It is only the energetic, fully extended person who is already at place. But given all these things, the lack of a faith, a mortality, and optimistic philosophy, we will turn them to dust and ashes. We have been made moral and religious creature, and the sincere effort for life according to the highest precept we know is the ultimate basic of happiness.